guys, Marty Schwartz here. I want to do a quick review on the kind of foundation you want to be able to solo up and down the neck. So what I did this time was I was grooving out in a C minor 7 chord. So I'm changing the keys. Most of the time I, talk about the pentatonic scales in the key of A or E. And in blues especially, you're going to see those a lot. But I switched to C just so we can really get a fresh perspective on basically the 4 things that we want inside and out. And so I was doing a C minor 7 chord. Same vibe's going to work over that kind of thing, or C Hendrix chord, C minor, progressions like that. So obviously right off the bat, the C root is on the 8th fret of the low E string. So I could plug in the C minor pentatonic scale. Hopefully this lesson is not teaching the beginnings of that. You're jamming with it already and you're kind of comfortable. Then you got the blues scale. And this lesson's for people that already have been working on that. So you got those 2 things. Then the next thing is the extension of that, which would put our ring finger on the root there. And you're familiar with that, you're working that, and that's really good. I think you should, really work on sliding with your ring finger on that. And you can also incorporate the blues notes in the extension too, like this. And in that extension, right off the bat, I think it's really important to know the roots in each of those 3 little spots. So in C, it would be the 8th fret on the E string, and then the 10th fret on the D string, the 8th fret again on the high E string if you get there. But in the extension, you'd go up, and when you get to the 13th fret on the B string, that's the next root. So you want to know that stuff nice and solid. You got some licks, I have a lot of lessons on that stuff. So then the next step is that same concept with the root on the A string. So C is on the A string on the 3rd fret on the A string right there. So we'd have the minor pentatonic again, same scale, but in a different spot on the neck. So it looks a little different. Index finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, that's the root. And then the E string's got this, and back up. So you've worked on that. You got a few comfortable licks. That kind of thing. And then you've got the extension for that. And that would be, still always the concept of where the root is, 3rd fret of the A string. But then we go to the E string and we've got 1, 2, 3, which is a little blues run kind of thing. And that extension's really cool because it ends on the root on the E string. So once you get your ring finger there, you could somehow make a transition to your index finger. So that A extension ends on the E root, and you make a finger transition, and now you're in that zone again. And with the key of C, it's kind of cool because, boom, the C on the A string is right here again on the 15th fret. So you have everything you were doing here all the way up. Then you have the E root, boom, 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 all the way up. Then you got the A root again. And you've covered the entire fretboard. So there's just a couple of gaps missing that, we want to start to fill in. So there's 4 elements to play up and down the whole neck just to, to get you going, and then you expand off of that. So we've got the minor pentatonic scale with the root on the E string. That's element 1. Element 2 is the extension of that. Element 3 is the A-rooted minor pentatonic blues scale, and then element 4 is the extension of that. And if you know those inside and out, it's the best foundation you can have to play what are called the modes, jazz scales, advanced techniques like arpeggios, sweeps. All that stuff is kind of coming from visualizing the pentatonic. And I'm talking about what's worked for me. So real quick, I'm just going to jam out in that C, and I'm going to just use those 4 elements. And you'll see I can climb up and down the whole neck. So you want to get that stuff down. And here's the groove.